Open Heavens on the Go, Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. Topic: From hearing to experiencing miracles. Memory verse: 1 John 1:1. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled, of the word of life. Bible reading: Mark 5:25-34. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse, when she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind, and touched his garment. For she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? And his disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him, and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. The message: there is nothing like being a testifier and experiencing testimonies personally. When you read of mighty miracles in the Bible, or hear testimonies of the great things God has done for his people, you might not fully understand his almightiness. However, this will not be the case if you personally experience his supernatural intervention. Before the spies came to Jericho, in Joshua 2:1-23, Rahab had heard of the many mighty miracles of God. She hadn't seen any of those miracles, but she believed them, and her faith eventually made her experience some of God's miracles. When you hear a testimony or read about something that God did in the scriptures, let it build faith in you. The faith built from the testimonies you hear can help you to also experience miracles like the woman in today's Bible reading who was reported to have heard about Jesus. Mark 5:27. I struggled to believe in divine healing and health when I first became born again. In those days, I was always down with malaria, and I kept taking medications. One day, I saw an elderly man whom I had always known to have a bent back, walking perfectly upright in church. I was eager to know what had happened to him, and while sharing his testimony, he said that he had gone to evangelize as usual when someone started insulting him in the neighborhood. The fellow told him that if his God is so powerful, he would have healed him from his condition. On hearing this, the man said that he got angry and stood straight. He said that even though his back was burning with pain, he stood straight because he couldn't stand hearing someone talk about his God in that manner. On getting to his house, the pain disappeared completely. When I heard that testimony, my faith was stirred, and I knew that divine health was possible. I allowed Jesus to become my doctor, and by his grace, I have not had to take malaria medications ever since. I experienced a miracle because my faith increased when I heard someone else's testimony. Beloved, if you have heard a testimony from someone about a kind of miracle that you are believing God for, let it build faith in you. God is no respecter of persons. Acts 10:34. If he has given someone a miracle, he is willing and able to do the same for you. I pray that you will experience a mighty miracle from God today in Jesus' name. Action point. Meditate on testimonies concerning the things you are believing God for until they build faith in you. Bible reading in 1 year, Nehemiah 4-7. Hymn for today, "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus." The Open Heavens is written by Pastor E.A. Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. God bless you.